Okay guys, I'm gonna try to make this a quick video so that I can get in the shower and wash this hair. Basically what this video is going to be, sorry, before I get into that, thank you for watching. If this is your first time finding me or watching me, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And if you are coming back again to watch me, what up, how you doing, how you living? For those that already know, this is gonna be a wobbly video. I already got into the details before. A bitch is broke and I can't afford, one of them fancy stands, so we got you on a couple pillows right now. Okay, so this video is basically going to be about the reason why I don't work at Adidas anymore, or why I can't say quit, you'll figure it out while I talk about it, but why I don't work at Adidas anymore. So if you guys have not watched my previous videos about my job experiences and all the jobs that I've had and just the pros and the cons of working for each company that I've worked for, please go to your girl's profile and just skim through my videos. They're pretty entertaining. I might redo them because I left out a few details, but just go back and watch, from way back. So if you guys have not known, like I said, I work for Adidas. I worked there for like a year and a half. I was just about to make a year and a half, and I pretty much got fired. A lot of people don't know that this was the only job I ever got fired from, and I guess for a while I was just kind of ashamed to speak about it because it's your first job that you're getting fired. Like, no one wants to get fired. Like, that's not a good feeling. That's not a good look. Some people don't care. Me, I cared a lot because I feel like I gave my all to that company, and I got fired for some BS reasons. As I said in my previous videos, the company wasn't a bad company. If you want more details, just go watch my previous videos. So let's get into the reason why I don't work there. So, as I was working there for a year and a half, and when I first got there, it was a good experience, whatever. I liked everybody that I worked with, but then very quickly, as soon as I got hired, was as soon as a lot of people that I liked had left the company. So we were getting a lot of managers just coming in and out, basically. Like, they would come and then they would go, and then it would be somebody else, and then they would go and then it would be somebody else, and it was a lot. Like, management itself was just kind of like a rotating door. Like, it was just new people every couple months. It was crazy. Basically, we had lost our original, like, well, not original, but the store manager that was there that hired me, she had moved away, and we ended up getting a different store manager or whatever, and he was something special. He was something special. He was like foreign. I think he was from like Germany or something. He had like a little accent, and he was just very all over the place. Like, he had a very big personality, and come to find out, he was gay. But I love me some gays, so I ain't have an issue with it. And I worked as a cashier. And I loved my cash supervisors. I'm not saying that that I was the perfect employee while I was working there. I definitely was not, by any means. I made mistakes, but so once that store manager left, the gay guy I was talking to you about, once he left, we ended up getting like, well, while he was there, we ended up getting him as a store manager, and then we ended up getting a lady as our HR manager. Now, from the moment this woman got here, I'm not going to say her name. I'm just going to call her Monica. From the moment Monica got there, like, it felt like the whole dynamic of the store changed. And around that time, they were pretty much changing a lot of the store, like a lot of the policies, and it was just a lot of rules that they were bringing in, and they were changing the company completely. So when she got there, it was kind of like she had a very dark demeanor about her. Not to say dark demeanor, but she wasn't friendly, And me, I'm someone who, I'm very nice to you. I'm very pleasant. Like, I'll be nice to you, and I'll try to be nice to you, but I'm not gonna kiss your ass. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be a little puppy chasing you around for you to like me or for you to talk to me. Like, no, I'm trying to be nice to you. If you don't like me, then so be it. I'm not here if you like me. Are you signing my checks? No, you're not. Okay, your name is not at the head of my check. Like, it says Adidas. It doesn't say Monica and Co. Like, no, so I don't really give a fuck if you like me. So yeah, she came. Like I said, no one honestly really liked her. There were a few people that liked her, but mainly like more than half the store didn't really fuck with her. She just was very mean and rude, and she always had an attitude as if like you're interrupting, like if she doesn't want to be there, you know what I mean? Like it's like if I asked her something, she would get an attitude, and like it was just like, well, this is your job. You're the HR manager. I have a problem. You're my human resources manager. You're who I go to. But whatever. And yeah, so she came in like, I know my job, I know what I'm getting paid to do, and if you want me to do extra things outside of my job, I'm gonna need you to promote me or give me a raise. You know what I mean? Like if I'm the cashier, I'm the cashier. I don't mind helping out here and there on the floor, but you know, don't be out here trying to have me clean the floor and restock, and like I'm not doing all that. That's why we have other people in their departments to do that. Like, no, I don't mind going out to the floor, helping greet and whatnot when we're slow and looking at the register. Fine, like that's not a problem. But don't be putting me on the floor as if that's what I got paid to do, because it's not what I got paid to do. Like, and then it's not even, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Your tone of voice means everything in a conversation. Like it's one thing to be like, hey, do you mind such and such, compared to, oh, hey, can you go on the floor and do this and do that, and it's just like slow your roll, sister soldier. I'm gonna need you to relax. Like you at a 10, bring it to a 2. So yeah, so once my store manager, the gay guy that I was talking about, once he left and got his own store, she was still there, and we ended up getting in a store manager, and then it was another manager guy who I didn't really speak to like that. But it was another lady. She was a store manager, and yeah. So keep in mind, let's go back to when I first got hired. So working at Adidas, I don't know if all Adidas is like this. I don't know if it was just my Adidas. I'm not speaking for the whole entire company. I'm just speaking from where I worked, my location. So my location, we had to do everything through like an app. It was kind of like a portal app. Like if you wanted to request time off, you had to go request it off from there. If you wanted to see, you know, your time sheet, you had to do it from there. Any kind of like messages that they would send throughout the company, they would send through the app, so everybody would get it, and you had to do it from there. So the way that it was explained to me when I was hired and how everybody was doing it was, you would, I don't know if this is gonna make sense, hopefully it does, but the shortest shift you can get would be like a 4-hour shift. Like that would be considered a shift. That's the smallest shift you can get. You can't go below a 4-hour shift. So if you have a 4-hour shift, you're not getting a lunch. You just get like a 10 or 15 or something like that. But that's the smallest shift you will ever get, like ever. Like it will never go below 4 hours, a 4-hour shift, unless you get sick or you know you leave voluntarily. Then okay, fine. So yeah, so every week that you work, you build up a certain amount of sick time, basically. If you do not know what sick time is, if you don't work retail, sick time is basically it's basically what it is. It's free time. Like if I get sick one day and I can't make it to my shift, I can use my sick time and still get paid for that shift as if I was there, but I'm not there. You know what I mean? It's just it's the time that you accumulated working however long you've been there, and you can use it as whatever you want. So how I was doing it way before this Monica chick came along, if I were, okay, let's say I was scheduled for an 8-hour shift that one day, and I got sick, but I only had about 4 hours worth of sick time, then I could still call out and just get paid for half of my shift and not get paid for the other half, because it would be as if I was working a small 4-hour shift, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make it make sense, but it's just a little it's confusing if you didn't work there, or if you don't work retail, you wouldn't understand. So okay, let's say I had an 8-hour shift and I ended up calling out, I'm sick, I can't make it, but I have at least 4 hours worth of sick time to cover half of the shift, as if I were working a regular 4-hour shift. Then I can use that. I can use my 4-hour shift, my 4-hour sick time, for that 8-hour shift, and I just won't get paid for the other half. Like okay, whatever. And I was doing that for not a while, but I had done that before. And you have records, like in your app, in your portal app, you have records of all the time that you use your sick time, every shift that you every shift in general. Like, you can go back months, maybe even years, to see your actual timesheet and like what time your official shift was and how much sick time they actually used for it. So this is how I knew, okay, I could do that, because I had done it a few times before and it was no issue. So, okay, fast forward to when the new girl came. So Monica, she came, like I said, nobody liked her. Strike one for me and her was, what was it? Oh, she had asked me to do something, I believe, and I'm a cashier, and I was already doing something for my cashier supervisor, and I kind of was just like, no, I can't do that right now. Like, right now, my main focus is the cash wrap. Like, that is what I got hired for. That is my priority. It's not to say that I can't help you. I just can't help you right now. Like, if time dies down, sure, no problem. I don't mind helping you. And I felt like she took it as if I was saying, oh, F you, like, do it yourself. Like, no, that's not what I said. I just said, okay, well, I can't do it right now. But when I have some downtime, I don't mind doing it. And it was just like, she was just dramatic. Like, and she just gave me attitude. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care. So around Christmas, I'm not gonna lie, I was supposed to be let go around Christmas or something, because I had a shortage in my cash register. So I was like, fine, all right, whatever. And I think that was like my third write-up. It was 2 other write-ups for like attendance or something, like time and attendance, whatever. Which one of them was supposed to expire, because after a year, your write-ups expire. But we're not gonna talk about that, because that's some other shit. And I was supposed to be let go or whatever around Christmas. But the store manager, who was the guy at the time, he was like, no, like, I need you. Like, yes, you have a shortage, but you are one of the quickest cashiers that we have. Like, and it's around the holiday season. We're having sales and it's busy. Like, don't worry about it. Just forget about it. Like, don't listen to her. Like, and she was the one that was telling me, like, oh, you got to speak to the store manager about your status here. And he was just like, don't listen to her. Like, don't worry about it. Don't listen to what she's saying. So once he left, I guess she felt like, oh, okay, I could finally get her out of here or whatever. So, yeah. So the new store manager came or whatever. She was a woman, and I think she's still there. I don't know. So it was an incident where I was scheduled for like a 7 or 8 hour shift. It was more than 4 hours. I know that. And I got sick. I was actually sick, and I could not make it to work. And I was off the next day, so I wasn't at work for the 2 days straight. So I called out. My manager's like, okay, fine, I'll take care of you sick time. Okay, fine. And I come into work the 2 days later. I honestly forgot all about it. So I open up the store. I'm at the registers, and she's also opening the registers as well. She didn't open up the register. She was downstairs, and she came upstairs to the registers. And she was like, oh, hey, did you call out the other day? So I'm like, oh yeah, I did call out. I asked for sick time. She's like, well, did you know that you didn't have enough sick time? And I'm like, well, I have more than 4 hours of sick time. I have like 4.5, 5 hours of sick time. She's like, well, you have to have enough sick time to cover your entire shift. And I'm like, since when? Like, what? And she's just like, yeah, you have to have enough sick time to cover your entire shift. She's like, so I'm gonna take it to the store manager, and then we'll see what happens from there. And I'm just like, what? So, like, fast forward like a week or whatever, I kind of had already felt like she was trying to get me out of there. Like, she did not want me there at all. And in the back of my head, I was like, you know what, maybe I should just quit right now and, you know, not even go through the BS of it all. And my cash wrap manager, the one that I love dearly, she was the one that was just like, you know what, no, don't, just see what happens. Like, don't let it get to you, don't let it bother you. Like, just see what happens. You don't know what can happen but the next week. I was like, you know what, you're right, I'm not going to think like that. I'm gonna think positive. I'm not gonna worry about it. So like a week goes by, and I had worked. I remember I worked that day, and I remember the day it was March 3rd is when I got let go, I believe. It was March 3rd because it was a month after my birthday. My birthday is February 1st, so it was like a little bit over a month after my birthday, March 3rd. So she called, and it was a Friday too. So I worked my entire shift. Nobody said nothing to me. I think I had like a short shift. It was like 5 hours or something. It was a short shift. And she calls me, and she comes upstairs. Actually, no, she called me on the phone and was like, oh, when you're done with your shift, can you come downstairs? I was like, okay, cool. I already figured, like, oh, it's probably something about what she spoke to me about last week. Like, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm gonna be good. So she calls me into the office. So it's her, the store manager, and then like another manager, which also kind of pissed me off because he wasn't he was a manager, but he was like a visual manager, so I never really seen them. Like, I just seen him in passing, but like he wasn't doing anything in there. He was on the computer. So I felt like, if you want to talk to me in private, why is he here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you should ask them to leave the office for a few minutes. Like, right. So yeah, so they basically proceed to tell me like, oh, because this happened, we have to let you go. So automatically I was like, I felt like emotional, but I didn't. I was just looking, I was just like, what? And they're like, yeah, because you've had 2 other write-ups, this would be your 3rd, so we have to let you go. And in the back of my mind at the time, I didn't think about it until later, but I'm just like, how do I still have 2 other write-ups when it's been over a year that I've had my first one? So that one shouldn't even be in the system. But I didn't think about it at that time. It was just like a lot going on in my head. So yeah, so she proceeds to tell me, oh yeah, we have to let you go because of such and such. And here go fat bitch Monica standing in the corner just looking. Like, you look like she looked like she wanted to smirk, but she didn't. She was just looking at me like, and I'm just staring at this fat bitch, and like, all I'm seeing is red, but I'm trying not to go off, and I'm just like, just looking at her. And, you know, the store manager proceeds, she's like, yeah, we gotta let you go. It's not gonna be permanent, lies, whatever. That's what she told me. It's not gonna be permanent. You can reapply in like another 2 or 3 months. And, you know, once your record is completely cleared out, we'll hire you again, which that was fucking bullshit. Like I said before, it was BS. And once she said that, it was like, it was so much for me to handle because I had never been fired before in my life. So to hear that, it was just like, I immediately started crying. Like, I remember being so emotional, like I could not stop the crying. And, you know, the store manager's like, oh, don't cry, like, it's not that serious, you can come back, we're not saying you can't come back, like, you can come back. And I'm just crying. I'm crying not because, I'm crying because I'm embarrassed that I just got fired, but then at the same time I'm crying because I'm pissed off that this fat bitch is standing there. And like, it's like, damn, like, she won. Like, and I just wanted to fucking drag that fat bitch to the floor and beat her ass so bad. But it was just like, you know what? Whatever. And I just remember, like, I cried for a minute, and I wiped my eyes because I didn't want anybody to know about it, that I got fired. Like, I didn't want it to look like I was just crying. So I kind of gained my composure, got up, and just clocked out. And I remember walking upstairs. I got my stuff. I walked upstairs. And I had ran into one of my managers who was, I think he was on his lunch or something. He was going downstairs and I was coming upstairs. And he was a cool manager. And I remember seeing him, and he's like, he can tell like something was wrong with me. Like, I wasn't me. And he was just like, are you okay? And when he asked that, it was like, I broke down again, and I was like, oh, they just fired me, like, I just got fired. And he was like, oh, you know, he's bullshit too, that nigga's a liar too, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got fired. Like I said, I feel like I just got fired because she didn't like me. She, you know, and I'm not the only person that has said that. Like, no one liked her energy, like, whatsoever at all. So yeah. But on the bright side, karma, you see, karma gonna always do your dirty work for you. You know why? Because after I got fired, I heard, she told me, like, about a month or 2 after I got fired, that same fat bitch Monica, she ended up like breaking her knee or some shit. Like, she broke her knee. Like, she literally broke her knee. And she was out of work for months. So I was like, you know what? Karma got that ass back, bitch. Yep. So that is my story about why I don't work at Adidas. I got fired. And for those that did not know I got fired, now you know. But now I'm over it. Like, it is what it is. I work for a rival company. I'm not gonna say who. I'm gonna just let y'all imagine. Just let your minds wander. And let your minds wander. And yeah, I work for a rival company. But if you guys have any other questions, first go to my previous video about my experience working there, just the overall job experience. And then if you have any other questions that I didn't mention in any of these 2 videos, then comment down below. I got you. I literally answer to every single comment, unless you're an asshole and then like I gotta go off on you and then block you. I reply to every single comment. So yeah, thank you guys, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.